Well, it's been a while, but I finally uploaded. The Hexscape event is here. And Night 3 just released a couple of days ago. And how is the event, considering the previous big event was, But this one, it's actually good, so I decided to talk about my opinions and maybe rank them, starting with the lobby is filled with Halloween decorations and a scary atmosphere. At one part of the lobby we have the survival matches, which now is reduced to 5 elevators. Since matchmaking exists, there's almost no point of using these other than finding a specific map. There's a PvP section, that's coming soon, an event area that takes you into the nightmare realm. And the crate area for the crate cutscene. Also, every time someone goes on a match, a plane will flew by. This might be annoying. Lobby is pretty good, so maybe a 7. Not gonna lie, they're not that great. The turkey leg is probably the least useful consumable yet. It can heal your base for 15 health and 90 health with max limit. And to be honest, base health is rarely a concern. You better off just lose and rethink your strategy. And even then, medic is just straight up better to use. The sugar rush is probably the most useful out of the 3. It makes all your towers shoot faster. But then it shoots slower afterwards. I can only see this being useful in some situations, like for extra DPS power, but if you're not careful the slow debuff might make you lose. And lastly, the pumpkin bomb, the RNG bomb. Depending on your luck, the bomb can give either buff or debuff on the enemies. The debuffs are a bit underwhelming, they're not that useful, maybe just the bleed. On the other hand, the buffs are just powerful, they can give more health, speed or regeneration. These buffs can also apply to bosses, which is probably just an automatic lose at that point. I'll probably use this for fun and testing my luck. Or maybe you just want to do a little trolling with it. Overall, the consumables are a bit weak. For these consumables, I'll give it a 4.
That look like the battle pass.
Now that we have more items added to the game like stickers and consumables, that means there's more tier. In this new battle pass there are 40 tiers, which is more than half of the previous battle pass. Also half of the tiers are just consumables and tickets. They also include currencies like coins and experiences, which kinda sounds like they added them just to make the battle pass longer. I much prefer if the battle pass just has cosmetic like before, or maybe increase the coin amount because I feel like 1750 is a bit low. And I can't forget about
Hell no.
Now I'm actually kinda against this. The reason is because I've been playing TDS as a free-to-play player. Well, for the events at least. I love to grind and trying to get every skins and stuff in these events. So seeing some of the limited skins getting paywalled feels a bit upsetting as a free-to-play player. But I guess we just have to acknowledge that the devs need income. Sadly, this is the truth, and hopeful they don't abuse these paywalls too much. I know it's all just for cosmetics, but it's kinda bothering me, so maybe a 5.
The jack-o'-lantern.
Now for this event, they made 3 different themes for the skins, which are Halloween, Wasteland, and 80s themed. For the Halloween skins, they have Halloween antagonist for the skins like Jason and Freddy. The Wasteland skins looks pretty good, especially the military base, and they're kinda related to the event, I guess. Night 3 looks a bit like a wasteland, I suppose. And then the 80s skins, which is the weird one because there's nothing really 80s related in the event. All of them looks good, I guess. But Accelerator just looks a bit silly. A pretty solid skin collection, probably a 7.
Nah, we'd win.
On the other hand, the event is fantastic. Of course, these events are getting better and better. And the Hexscape event shows that it gets better over time. Night 1 is pretty easy, but I like the new enemies. Night 2 is actually kinda hard. I see some people struggling on this night, and I do agree it's pretty challenging. The conserver looks pretty damn good, and I think it's based of the scrapped monster design. But nothing beats Night 3, just like the other event final nights. This one is pretty challenging. The Draco Bloxer goes hard. I think it's the best nightmarish creature-looking boss so far. I don't want to come across this thing in the wild. It has a cool design. Its ability is one of the best looking in the game. It makes scary noises. And now this guy will just move around the map. But if you don't kill him fast enough, he'll kill you. It's such a cool design for the final night. Also, this night is laggy and will kill your frames. Even some people had crashed while playing. They also fixed the cutscene. Now it looks good and doesn't get delayed much. And then there's the dialogue. Some of the dialogue are just weird, odd, and out of place, like,
I can't even tell if that thing is dead or alive. I can feel its hatred and anger from here.
Huh?
and of course,
You cannot stop the children of...
Nah, we'd win.
I feel like on Night 3 dialogue, the dispatcher's dialogue is too much, but I know that it's all lore and story, and devs are giving us some lore for the nerds to figure, so I guess it's okay. And finally, we also have a sneak peek on the next event, which is probably for Christmas. Good challenging event, it's an 8. And of course the towers. For beating all nights in easy, you get the Halo Punk Tower. She's an explosive tower just like Rocketeer, but with burn and knockback, and also bad, if we're talking about DPS power. Demo Man is literally better, but it makes sense that she's weak since it's from easy mode. For beating all nights in hard, you get the Harvester. Her attack can pierce through like Necromancer. And it also has an ability that places thorns on the path, dealing damage to enemies walking over them, and it can even slow them down too. The ability is very useful against crowds, and the slow might be good against high health. It might be worth it to bring along to normal matches. Halo Punk is alright, but I like how unique Harvester's ability is, so maybe a 8. And that's pretty much my honest review. I think overall I gotta give this event maybe an 8 out of 10. I think it's the best event they have. Finally, I have something to grind for. This event is pretty great. Well, aside from the not great stuff, I hope they can learn a thing or two from this event, and hopefully improve the next event and be well received. I think I got no choice but to spend money on this, since I love this game. Anyways, back to grinding.